I'm just going to do a quick demo of how YouTube bulk upload works. So this version hopefully now actually works, but it's still a bit rough around the edges. So first things to be aware of, you'll need a client secrets file to be able to use it at all. If you message me on Discord, or if you're in part of the creator community, I'm going to share a version of that file that should just work. So I'm going to load my test version of that. And I've got a version here. Okay. If you're trying this for the first time, I highly recommend doing it in dry run mode. And what that means is it won't actually upload anything. It'll do everything that it would otherwise do, but when it comes to the final stage where it actually uploads, it won't actually do the upload. It'll just log a message saying dry run. There's also this toggle called non-interactive. When you're first figuring out how to use this, I'd recommend leaving it in interactive mode, where it will pop up kind of asking you to confirm things as you go. Once you've got all the settings working as you need them, then you can turn off interactive mode by ticking that, and then obviously it will actually just sort of upload 100 automatically without any input from you. Whilst it's early days of this program, I'd also appreciate it if you put it in debug log mode, and you'll see that a bit more log messages will get added to this box down here, so if anything goes wrong we can figure out what. So the basics of how to use it, you specify what folder your videos are in, which is the source directory. So I've got a test folder, which is this YouTube bulk test folder, which actually I'll just open it in the file browser so you can see. It has 2 MP4s in it. It also has my client secret file and a description template file, which is just a text document that has like a placeholder text for the description of each YouTube video. You have to specify the path for your description text, so that's what this browse button is here. So I'm going to specify that file, and that's most of the basics configured now. I'll just explain what the other things are here. So input file extensions, that just tells it which file extensions to look for in your source folder. Upload batch limit is the maximum to upload at a time. 100 is the absolute maximum that YouTube allows in a day, so I default it to 100, but if you wanted to limit it, you could. YouTube has categories. You can find out the category IDs for different YouTube categories online by Googling. 10 is the one for music, and then keywords that will be associated with every video that gets uploaded. This is just space separated, so you could say like that. Now the other things here, so the thumbnail thing here, if you have thumbnail image files for your videos that are sort of a separate image that you want to be the thumbnail for each video, and you have those named a certain way that's consistently named, then you can use this to specify those thumbnails with each video that it uploads. It will basically take whatever the file name is of the video, so in this case it would be like that as my file name, and it will assume by default that a file with the same name but just a different file extension like .jpeg exists in the same folder. If that's not true and you need to modify the file name to make it match, then this settings panel here allows you to like add a prefix or a suffix to the file name, or do find and replace patterns on the video file name to get to whatever your thumbnail file name is. I'm not going to use it in this demo, but it's something that I personally use because I have my video thumbnails have literally the word thumbnail in brackets like that at the end of them. So this allows me to upload my stuff. The other things that are probably a bit more important, the title for each YouTube video can be configured up here. So again, similarly by default, it will just take the file name, but you almost never want the entire file name because this is going to use like the entire file path by default, as you'll see in a moment. So you probably want to adjust the find replace patterns. The way this works is whatever you put in this box is the find pattern, whatever you put in this box is the replace. I know it's not a very graphically user-friendly interface, but you basically put something in there and something to replace with in there, or nothing if you want it to just be deleted, and you click add replacement. and it'll add things to this list. So in my case, I want to strip off this part of the file path from the videos that I'm uploading. So I'm going to just add that as a replace pattern, and I didn't put anything in the replacement box because I'm just trying to strip that off. You can also add a prefix and a suffix, so if you wanted to say like add karaoke as a suffix to your YouTube titles, that's easy to do. I should also say these find and replace patterns are what we call regular expressions. So if you put a regex pattern in here, it will find it. And if you want to use a regex replacement as part of your replacement pattern, you can. If you have no idea what regular expressions are, that's fine, don't worry. But if you are trying to do something more sophisticated with this find and replace, I'll give you one example in this demo, but you can do quite a lot of things with regex. I'm more than happy to help with that. And then finally, the YouTube description. So the idea is that this description text file is like your standard YouTube video description, but you might want to find and replace some things in there. I have kind of some grander plans for what you could make it possible to replace those with, like detecting the artist and the title and using those to replace things. But for now, it's just kind of like the same with the other ones. You can look for a string and replace it with a different string. So I'm just going to run this to show you what happens, and then I'll probably tweak the YouTube title patterns. So let's see what happens when we click run. So first thing it does is, because I'm running it in interactive mode, it's asking me if I'm happy with the generated title. So actually I'm not happy with that title because I don't want my C:// and that's because I guess there's a difference between forward slash and backslashes there. So I'm going to say no. It gives you a prompt where you could manually type a title, but I don't want to do that either. So I'm actually going to say no to do I want to continue without a thumbnail, and I'm just going to say no to a few of these to cancel out of this because I need to fix this path. So this path, what I actually needed there was without the forward slash at the end. If I click add and try again. Okay, so we can see that it's stripped off that part of the file name. But I still want to strip off a bit more, so I want to strip off like this backslash and my nomad prefix. So actually I'm going to say no, cancel. I guess I should probably have an easy way of cancelling it. I could quit the program, but anyway. So I'm just going to say no to this as well. So because this is a regular expression, I can't just use backslash for backslashes. I have to escape it, which means using another backslash. So I'm going to do nomad hyphen, and then I mentioned you can match like a regular expression pattern. One of those is \d, which recognizes any digit, and then you can say an unlimited number of those using plus. So this pattern here is going to match / nomad hyphen any number from 0 to 9 and an unlimited number of numbers, and then I'm going to put space hyphen space because that's the pattern that my videos are. So it's like my video file names are nomad hyphen some numbers space hyphen space, and then after that everything I want to keep. So if I put this pattern in, I could have combined those two, but it doesn't really matter. What we should see is it's generating a title. And yes, I am happy with that generated title, so I'm going to say yes. No valid thumbnail found. Okay, yeah, I'm fine. Happy to continue. Now, I'm just going to check this. So what you see in the logs here is it's actually searching my YouTube channel to see for this title, to see if this video already exists on the channel. And this is to just kind of help prevent you accidentally uploading the same video twice if you're reprocessing in the same folder or something like that. So because I'm in interactive mode, it's prompting me. It's saying, is this the same video as existing video on channel, this video? And in this case, yes it is. So it'll skip uploading that. And then it's moving on to the next video. Am I happy with that? Yep. No valid thumbnail. Yep. It's searching. Is that the same? Yes it is. Okay. So in this case it hasn't uploaded anything because both of the videos it tested matched one that already existed on the channel. So I'm just going to do that again, but in non-interactive mode, and you can see what it looks like in the logs without kind of those pop-ups. So this is just the fully automated version where it's processed all of those automatically without prompting me anything. But we can still scroll up through the logs to see exactly what it's done. So we can see that it has done the find and replaces, and then because it was in non-interactive mode, if it finds an existing match on YouTube, so in this case it found a video on my channel with exactly the same title, I can't remember what I've set the threshold to, I think it's 70%. Basically if it finds a title that is at least 70% match, it assumes that is the same video and it skips the upload. So that's just something to be aware of, but we can probably tweak that as a parameter. Yeah, that's kind of the main bits of the functionality. I'm going to show you one more thing, which is how to authenticate, because this one actually was already authenticated. So let me quickly fix that. I'm just going to quit the program. Oh, also, it saves its settings to a file just in the same folder as you ran it from. So in my case, if I reopen this again, hopefully everything that I put into those boxes will be saved in that file, and it looks like that worked. So let me delete the authentication file so that we can show you what it looks like to log in for the first time. Where is that pickle file? I'm just going to delete everything in temp. That's fine. Don't worry about this. This is just me cleaning up my temp folder. Gonna just skip all of these. Let's see if it'll work this time. Because what I want to show you is how you log into your YouTube channel. So let's try this again. Here we go, right. So now when I clicked run, you'll see it's popped up a web browser window. And this will ask you to sign into your Google account if you aren't already logged into one. I already am logged into one here. Actually, I'll show you what that looks like. Let me see if I can sign out of Google first. So if I log out, let's do this again. So let's quit this, reopen YouTube bulk uploader, and click run. So it pops up a web browser. It'll ask you to choose an account to log into. You'll see that it's saying to continue to karaoke hunt. That's just the name of the karaoke app I'm working on, which is what I'm using the client secrets file from that I'm giving you. So karaoke hunt is like my work in progress app. So that's why there's some references there. So this is just me logging into my Google. And once you log into your Google, it will then ask you which is, so that if you have multiple accounts associated with your main Google account, as I do, then obviously you choose the one for your YouTube channel. And then you'll see this scary looking screen where Google says it's unverified. Well, that's just because I haven't published anything professionally with Google for Karaoke Hunt yet. So this isn't like a proper professional app. It's an unverified token that I'm using. But it gets us up and running and it works. So you have to click advanced and then click go to Karaoke Hunt unsafe. I promise it's safe. Well, at least it's safe if you trust me. But this doesn't have access to like everything in your Google account or something. It only has access to upload YouTube channels, YouTube videos. I know it says manage your YouTube account, but the scope I'm requesting is actually just upload videos. It just lumps that into the category of manage. But yeah, so you grant it access, and then you can close your web browser window. And it just did everything else automatically because I had it in non-interactive mode. But yeah, that's basically the authentication flow. And it should only happen the first time you use this app, but just make sure you choose the right channel when you do that. So let's see if we can do an actual upload. So if I go to my YouTube studio for Nomad Karaoke, you'll see that my most recent videos are these. If I go back to YouTube bulk uploader, and this time, what shall I change? I'll just change karaoke to some longer suffix, or like, oh, in fact, I'll just put a prefix in the title, like test this is a test. So there's going to be a long sort of test title at the start of the titles that it creates, which will probably mean it won't match one automatically. So just let it run. It takes bulk upload. All right, there we go. Video's uploaded too. I know that was really fast. I have really fast internet. I'm sorry. But if we go to my YouTube studio, well, did that actually work? Maybe it didn't. Oh, that's because I had it in dry run mode. Right, okay. So let's turn off dry run mode and do it again. Run. This is a lot less fast. There we go. Well, I mean, it's still pretty fast, but so why did it only do one of those? Because this one it's still matched as being a similar name. I guess I didn't put a long enough prefix. But at least that will have uploaded one. So let's reload my YouTube studio and you'll see. And there it is. Test this as a test. So I'm just going to delete that because I don't want that nonsense on my channel. Let's add a longer prefix so we can get it to upload too. It's not actually my birthday. I just type weird things. I love cats. I don't know. There we go. That'll do. Let's run it one more time. So this time, hopefully, it won't find any matches. Uploading video. Yeah, there we go. Uploaded videos too. So let's get back to my channel. And we've got 2 videos uploaded. Perfect. So the functionality all seems to work. The prefixes and replacing work. Yeah, if you have any issues with it, let me know. It is likely to have some bugs and some things that don't work quite right because it's brand new and I haven't tested it super thoroughly, certainly not on Windows. So if you have any issues, please just send me all of the logs from this, so make sure it's in debug mode, and then from this text window thing at the bottom here, just press Ctrl A to copy everything, Ctrl C and paste that to me in Discord, and I'll do my best to help figure out what was going on. If you can also send a screenshot with like the settings you used, that's also helpful, or potentially just like your settings file thing that should be created in the same folder. This is just a text file that has like the settings laid out in it, but I know it looks like code, but it's not really. Yeah, okay. I'm going to stop rambling now. Thank you very much for giving this a try, and